In fact, Kenyans were very happy when the new constitution was in place. But the first step was to give 3,000 plus state officers 14 billion.
Mohamed Dida, who previously vied for Kenya's highest political office, has been incarcerated at the Big Mud River Correctional Center in Illinois, where he is serving multiple sentences for serious offenses including stalking and violating a restraining order. Dida, identified by inmate number Y512854, was sentenced for two separate charges. The first, classified as stalking and transmitting threats, earned him a 2-year prison sentence. The second, for aggravated stalking and violating a restraining order, resulted in a 5-year sentence. According to documents obtained by one of the Kenya's news agency, both charges stemmed from incident that took place in McLean County, Illinois. His prison record shows he was admitted to the Illinois Department of Corrections on November 18, 2022, and he is projected to be eligible for parole in April 2025, with full discharge and slated for April 2029.
Let me tell you, if your father has failed you, it is kind of you, and it is a responsibility to tell, Dad, go and rest.
The tale of Mohamed Dida, once a vibrant political figure in Kenya, has taken a dramatic and unexpected turn. Dida, the former teacher who rose to national limelight during Kenya's 2013 presidential race, is now currently serving a 7-year sentence in a U.S. prison. Few could have predicted such a fall from grace for the man who once pledged to lead Kenya with integrity and sincerity. Dida, who famously positioned himself as an alternative to political heavyweights of Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, is now an inmate at the Big Mud River Correctional Center in Illinois. His conviction stems from charges of stalking and intimidating an unidentified individual in the U.S. Sentenced on November 18, 2022, Dida is imprisoned, has raised eyebrows both in Kenya and abroad. Mohamed Dida rose to prominence during Kenya's 2013 and 2017 presidential elections, gaining attention for his conventional campaign style and focus on education reform. He previously taught English literature and religious at Lenana School and the Babu Secondary School at the refugee camp. In 2013, Dida garnered 52,848 votes in the presidential election, representing 0.43% of the total votes. In 2017, he garnered 38,004 votes, representing 0.25% of total votes. Despite his limited political success, Dida became a well-known figure in Kenyan politics, advocating for more moral and just leadership. His incarceration in the U.S. comes as a stark contrast to his public persona in Kenya, where he positioned himself as a voice for the downtrodden and marginalized. Mohamed Dida, born 1975, his father was Borana while the mother was Somali. He was born in Wajir. Mohamed Dida went to Lehelele Primary School. After primary school, Mohamed joined Sabnile Secondary School and later joined Kegumo Teachers College for diploma certificate. He would later join Kenyatta University for a bachelor degree in education. Mohamed Dida also has a master's degree in philosophy and religious education from University of Nairobi. Mohamed Dida has taught in quite a number of schools and has indeed proved to be a great teacher. Mohamed Dida has taught at Sablina Secondary School. In the same school he went for his secondary education, Wajir High School, Wajir Girls Secondary School. He was an English literature and religious at Dadaab Secondary School, at the refugee camp, Lenana School and Nairobi School. In 2009, Mohamed Dida ended his teaching career and ventured in business. Mohamed Dida came into the limelight in the year 2013 elections. He garnered 52,000 votes, representing 0.43% of the popular vote. He beat seasoned politicians like Paul Mwite, among others. He took part in the first ever presidential debate in Kenya, where he emerged one of the best. Actually, he was the best, but to the ballot that didn't reflect, as a Kenya has voting blocks that are mostly tribal. After the elections, Mohamed Abduba Dida was appointed as the chairman of the Constituency Development Fund. The appointment would later be revoked after some MPs claimed the appointment was unconstitutional. The MPs stated that under the CDF Act 2013, only the Cabinet Secretary for the matters dealing with the CDF, i.e. devolution, had powers to appoint the chair of the board from among members who have been vetted by Parliament. Dida founded Alliance for Real Change, a archaic Kenyan political party founded in 2010 but registered in 2012. Mohamed Dida became a candidate in the March 2013 Kenyan presidential election with ARK party. He was also a candidate in 2017 election, which was nullified by the Supreme Court of Kenya, led by Justice Maraga. Mohamed Dida is happily married to 3 wives, i.e. Amina, Esther, and Eruka, and they are blessed with 11 children. He is quoted to have said that if he became the president, all his wife would have the title First Lady. Dida also says he chooses whom to go within different parts of the country and for different events. Mohamed Dida picks Turkey when he is going to Northeastern for the knowledge and good communication skills in Somali. For cosmopolitan towns, his choice is usually Etal, whose origin is Kajiado, and he's good in English. Amina is picked when a lot of Kiswahili is needed. Dida, once a symbol of moral integrity and a fresh political voice in Kenya's presidential race, now faces a sharp fall. His imprisonment in the U.S. reveals the complexity of his personal struggles, contrasting sharply with the idealistic platforms he once stood on. His legal troubles began in McLean County, Illinois, where he was found guilty of 2 counts, stalking and transmitting threats, as well as aggravated stalking and violating a restraining order. These charges resulted in 2 separate sentences, 2 years of the first offense and 7 years for the second. Dida's release is tentatively scheduled for April 2029. What remains unclear is whether Dida had relocated to the US or was merely visiting when the offenses occurred. Back in 2013, Dida shocked the political landscape by entering the race for the president under the Alliance for Real Change. Despite being virtually known and hailing from Wajir County, his performance in the televised presidential debates won him the admiration of many Kenyans. Dida often portrayed himself as David-like figure, ready to topple political giants like Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga with sheer conviction and moral strength. Despite his relative success, Dida retreated from the public eye after his second run, leaving many to speculate about his next move. His disappearance from Kenyan politics made the news of him being apprehended and subsequent imprisonment all the more shocking. While details surrounding the case remains limited, Dida's involvement in legal disputes against the warden of Big Muddy Correctional Center sheds some light on his current situation.